Well, good morning to all of you on the West Coast. Over here on the East Coast, it's already 93 freaking degrees and the afternoon. However, welcome to Saturday Morning Nerd Out, no matter where you are. I hope you have your coffee, your cereal, your bagel with honey and raisin and all the high carb things because somebody knows what that means.
Cheese. Let's see. It's peanut butter, uh,
Honey,
honey,
raisins.
raisins, cheese.
Oh God, I
It's like
can't.
an everything bagel or something like that.
It's
I don't
it's
remember.
it's
I've
ludicrous.
only seen the movie twice. I don't have it memorized
Probably
yet.
gonna go see
So
it again. But again, I am the one and only Fours FX Saber Sound Designs. To Kyber Cave, you all know me as Fours or Mr. Fours, and to my immediate right on the screen and left to me is Frey Girl.
hello, 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 hello.
And joining us as well is the one and only Premier Mommy herself.
I'm back.
Agent in.
She's back in America.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. I'm glad to be back. I'm very tired and still kind of recovering. I may have injured my foot ankle area. Don't know for sure.
It wouldn't be
Um,
a jaunt out of the country without Mezzo.
I know it was like I
coming
had a
back little
for those who
less
I don't know
Mezzo.
if I've ever told you all of this. So a friend of mine from my streaming community, he's turned up from time to time. His name is Ubi. For a time, he had a website that would update every time I got hurt, and it'd be there. All the website was in this many days since Mezzo hurt.
170 days without a Metso injury.
That's all it was. Like that's all it was just that, and
That's
it was
awesome.
great.
A Mets injury.
Someone say hi to everyone. Hi Chuck. Hi Thomas. Hi Distance Nerding, which I am assuming is Filler James, obviously.
Yes, James.
Hello, and then hi. Say Wong was here earlier, saying hi before work. So I'm assuming he's working now. But hello. Yes, he was chiming in before he had to trudge back to work.
James 5000 in the chat.
Hey, hey,
Chuck.
hey. That's husband.
About my foot, Thomas. Well, I wasn't like working. I wasn't being paid. Actually, paid in a sense to go. It was a mission trip thing.
Yeah, it was like a volunteering.
Yes, it was.
I think that's Phil.
Yeah, I think that's Phil because
Phil.
we have James here, and we got Phil here, and then
young Phil.
I love the timer I made, but that didn't work out. A Mets emergency. That's right. I have the YouTube stream open over here too. So if I type in it, it comes from me, and the message will come up like 3 seconds before it does on here.
Okay.
Anyway, I noticed that when I decided to have it up here, so that the message would come from my account and not from like KCP account specifically. Because everyone assumed I was Van.
That's hilarious.
Oh my goodness. Okay, well guys, we're here. I am excited.
Yes. So a few things before we get started, because obviously we weren't able to throw them into the stuff we would nerd out today. So some, I guess we can call them honorable nerd outs for today. This past week, Nintendo Direct was ludicrous. You had Microsoft coming in doing their Starfield thing, which was going to be freaking enormous. And of course, Sony's doing, I don't know what the hell they're doing. And then Nintendo comes in and just slaps 7 dicks on the table. And the big one, obviously, being Mario RPG. And that's a huge, huge remake. And Mrs. Fours and I are calling that Richard the First.
The image in my mind right now.
It's ridiculous. Oh, so anyway, yeah, just redonkulous stuff from Nintendo we got to see on last Thursday. We talked about it's Mrs. Fours.
It's our favorite captain.
So yeah, Mario freaking Mania with the remake of Mario RPG and the Mario Wonders is just gonna be ludicrous, and a lot of gaming stuff that's gonna be happening right here at Kyber Cave. So we're obviously gonna be nerding out on that and paying attention to all those wonderful things in the midst of all the Diablo 4 happening, all the Final Fantasy happening. So there is no shortage of gaming from here until freaking January.
You ready to get Diablo 4 on? I got it.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
And I've been playing it.
The person who got that for you must have had your best interest in mind. God bless that.
Totally, completely. I mean, I'm sure I'm just gonna go get lost.
I
in
don't
it for
even
a few
need
weeks
to
and not
know
do anything.
to know who it was.
Yeah.
So,
No
Frey Girl.
It shall all remain a mystery.
Absolutely.
Is it time to? Is it that
Which
time?
is a really good segue.
Yes.
To our next segment.
So, Frey Girl, talk to us about some Skrulls.
Yeah, fine.
Well, I discovered I'm a Skrull this week. And
what?
I didn't know.
What?
So there's that. No, actually, so here's my thing. I was without power for like 4 days. And I realized that 4 days is where my patience ends. After 4 days of no air conditioning.
And then she turned into a Skrull.
Internet, yes. That's when I figured out I was a Skrull. No, so I did get to see Secret Invasion episode 1. I was very upset. I was like, it's the Disney Plus gods. I have angered them somehow and taken my whole city with me, apparently. So it was horrible. It was really bad.
No, it was just Mother Nature and Earth.
Yeah.
And Zeus is mad. I don't know why Zeus is mad, but apparently Zeus is mad in your area. I have no idea.
Yeah.
Could you imagine?
We gotta talk about that.
Could you imagine the McDonald's like right outside the city limits? Everybody's just going in there for Wi-Fi.
Yeah,
just to watch.
Have no clue. It was like we would get in our car, and I felt like we were hunting and gathering because we had to go so far away from our house to get food because everyone was out. I mean, you guys saw I sent like a picture of a trampoline wrapped around a light post, completely wrapped around a light post. And it wasn't a tornado, y'all. It was not a tornado. So, yeah. So, other than that, I mean, that was my really excitement this week. So, when I saw Secret Invasion, I was like, whatever they give us, I am so ready for it because nothing else can be as bad as what happened to me this week. So, and it delivered. It really delivered. So,
did you finally get to watch it?
I did. We got to see. I think it was the first thing we did after just making sure the air conditioning and the fans work.
She stayed up till 6 a.m. getting caught up.
I was like, I didn't know anything about the submarine thing going on. I didn't know anything. And so I'm like on Wednesday just trying to catch up on everything. It was crazy. But we did see Secret Invasion, so I'm caught up. Yes, exactly. But so we have our game. We have that Find That Skrull game, woo, which is what we're doing.
Found her.
Yeah, right here.
If Skrulls were red and I wasn't wearing my makeup, you'd think I'd be turning into one because under my foundation is all red.
No, you're gonna be.
I match Aubrey's hair.
Red Hulk.
Red She-Hulk.
Yeah, right. I love that. I love that idea.
We'll all be a hero one day, or not. I don't know. Depending on which fandom we choose to be in.
I'm just a captain.
There you go. So, all right. So last week we had some predictions.
Yes.
And I still don't have an overall prediction from Fours.
Concerning.
Yeah, and Mezzo. So we'll get your all's overall predictions.
Does that mean like in the general of the show?
Yeah, like who you think overall is going to be like the they're a Skrull kind of thing. Oh, it sounded almost like Phil doing his.
It kind of might be the one I kind of mentioned it to you a little bit like right beforehand. What was that? I missed it.
I'm gonna get muted for this. I'm gonna be doing.
I did. I was like, I'm a Skrull, and I was like, that sounded like Phil doing his Mickey Mouse impression, and
I'm a Skrull. You see a kid in the show watching like Mickey Mouse, and all of a sudden Mickey changes.
And now he's probably doing like a Facebook Messenger selfie video of him doing it and then sending it to the chat.
Yeah,
I would not be surprised.
Aren't you, Phil?
I'm just waiting.
Aren't you, Phil?
Waiting for Phil.
It depends on if he's on a roof or in a crawl space.
From a roof.
From a roof.
Here I am on a roof, and I'm a Skrull.
All All right, so yeah, but so okay, so
Oh my gosh, why am
okay.
I just hearing it being sung in the version of Akon? Oh, God.
I kind of gave Frey a little bit of something I was thinking about right before we started. And that kind of could be my overall.
Government.
All right, I want to hear what you had to say about it.
Government is so okay. I mean, I'll let other people go first, so I don't want to just take over.
You're not.
No, you're fine.
Okay. Nice. So there are two thoughts I have about Skrulls. One in a general, but not like a oh no, is just like I feel like a specific government official might be revealed as one, but it won't be as shocking because there's not many government officials that were like attached to in Marvel that we see very much. But one person that I believe was a Skrull was, and I guess spoilers for anyone who hasn't seen the first one. First episode.
Spoiler.
Spoiler. Yeah, let me throw up the spoiler banner real quick. There. Okay. So, in the first episode that closed out with our beloved Maria Hill being shot by Gravik, who was disguised as Nick Fury, basically in a shell of Fury.
But it was Gravik.
But it was Gravik. Yes.
It was Gravik.
And then Fury comes up and holds her as she dies and goes, "It was you." I have a thought that wasn't actually Maria Hill. So I am wondering if the rebel Skrulls took her and copied her and substituted someone as her, and that Skrull, and if that person is a Skrull, that person either sacrificed themselves, and Gravik wanted to do this to kill Fury's faith. And kind of put him in a bad headspace, so like he'd be easier to beat, or that Skrull either thought they were going to embed themselves, and then Gravik already decided to kill them anyway, but didn't tell them. So that's the thought I had.
That's a great. I
think that's awesome.
Find that Skrull prediction. So Phil did send us a message in the chat.
Of course he did.
News incoming. Phil sent us a message in the chat. Sorry.
Oh my God.
I know Frank interrupted this for an important message.
He's gonna listen to it now.
I heard it.
Okay, so
I know he's gonna play it for us.
I'm putting that on there for your main one. Now you can do two. You can have two like overall. So if you guys do want to add one, I know Captain Lady Moon picked Loki last week, and that was like for her overall. So we've got that chaos
factor.
Oh yeah, and I am there for it. I love the chaos.
Skrulls can't handle Loki. I can't handle him.
It'd probably be a super Skrull, to be honest, but I could just see the chaos of it, and then the real Loki coming in and be like, "Hi, I'm back, bitches."
Actually, the real Loki going, "Oh my gosh, what a horrible representation of me." Like,
right,
I mean, he would be like, so
absolute.
I mean, he would. I mean, I'm saying it like, verbally being like, he wouldn't actually say back, bitches. He'd be like, "Oh my God, what is that?"
When you said "what a," my first thought is, "By grab thaws hammer, what a saving."
These Skrulls are nothing more than mewling quims.
Right, exactly.
You call that a replacement?
You called that a god?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It starts getting real,
You called that a god?
Yeah, there you go.
How dare you?
So for
I know it's hot this morning, isn't it?
Who are you thinking overall that we might get like an aha, this is we didn't know you were a Skrull this whole time kind of thing?
Do I get like a choice out of anybody in the entire MCU?
Yeah, I mean, that's it. We're saying this is going to be like how did we not know you were a Skrull? Like that kind of thing. That's why I said somebody could say it's Wonder Woman if they want it. I don't think she's going to show up in the series, but you can. So.
Off the top of my head, I would actually go ahead and say Daredevil. Because of how amazingly out of character he was in She-Hulk.
Okay.
Interesting. Okay.
Because first of all, he was out in the middle of the day in bare feet, like in costume. That's not him at all.
True. Yeah, but I mean, he was kind of being an F-boy with.
Like, I mean, I understand that. I understand what She-Hulk was going for as a show. Like there was a ha-ha factor and an aha factor. And there was like we're going to the break the fourth wall fact. I get it. But still, if you go back to the Netflix, the whole thing with Defenders and how Daredevil was, and then you look at what they did with him here, that's not.
It was very different. It was very, very
extra, and that's why my money is on Daredevil.
But why would?
That's a.
Is it? Do you think he's like? Well, batting myself with my cousin's wedding invite. Do you think that he's a Skrull rebel or just a Skrull living on Earth?
Living on Earth.
And why would he be copying Daredevil?
I don't have reasons.
He wanted another green lady.
Because Marvel gods.
First of all, Kevin, K-E-V-I-N. It's K-E-V-I-N. He did it. No,
Kevin.
I mean, here's my answer to why would he be Daredevil? Charlie Cox. Because I like Charlie Cox. I wouldn't mind anyone pretending to be Charlie Cox.
Yeah.
I've loved him ever since Stardust.
Yes.
Women want him. Men want to be him.
There you go.
I didn't even know
Skrulls want to pretend they're him.
And so was Superman. Henry Cavill's in Stardust.
I know.
Now I get 2, right?
Yeah, you can do 2.
Okay. So the other one. Oh God, what was his name? Tom Holland's Spider-Man's best friend.
Ned.
Oh,
Ned. Okay, Ned. I love that
Ned.
I'm just putting Ned because we all know who that is.
Ned and my reasons for Ned is because Ned knows too much, but also he's not your typical Gen Z. Now the internet knows. No, that's not Ned. Skrulls know how to keep secrets, and so does Ned. and Ned's a learner, and he's Ned knows too much.
I don't know. I always look at Ned as being like Peter's Sam. I don't know.
So those are my very obscure choices.
I like them. I like the idea of it. Though I think Ned's more likely to become the Hobgoblin.
You know what? That is actually a really that's you're not the first person I've heard that theory from, and
really,
I think it's doable because that's what happens. In the comic, his best friend does become Hobgoblin,
and something.
His best friend isn't the same guy.
And I noticed Ned kinda, in a way, plays the Harry Osborn role, sort of.
He does, yeah.
He's not a rich schmuck.
He's not.
But
that we know of.
But
I'm still not okay with Spider-Man 3 for that.
But he's on his way to being Wongers Jr.
Yes, and I think
Wongers.
Beautiful. It's beautiful.
Like a different version of what a Wongers of Winker.
Yeah,
what a wanker.
I could have been that guy and said, well, obviously it's Madison.
No,
like
it's not
she's
Madison.
a Skrull.
Madison is Mephisto, y'all. Okay, so getting back to the episode, so we did see Maria Hill die.
Yes.
But we don't, but with Mezzo's wonderfulness that she gave us, that may not have been Mezzo. We did stay on her for a few seconds.
Definitely wasn't Mezzo.
Wasn't Mezzo.
Maria Hill, I'm sorry. I'm not all here yet.
I don't mind being confused with Kobe's folders. It's okay.
Yeah. Right? But so we did see Maria Hill die. What she said right before she died was, and I'm paraphrasing because I slept since I watched it, but she said something like, "It wasn't me, it was you." And then she died. Oh. And so, or passed out enough to die, because I'm of the opinion, and I'm so about this whole conspiracy thing, and when it has to do with Nick Fury and S.H.I.E.L.D. and spies, I just learned not to trust what I see. There we go. So, And so I agree. There's part of me that's like, I don't think she's gone. I think that it was a Skrull. I think something happened. There is somebody embedded that is close enough to Fury to know what's going on with him.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't know who it is. The only two people we've seen him talk to really, like, since he's been back has been, sorry, my dog decided to try to be cute to get my attention, and it worked. All right.
Well, anyway, as you were saying,
we've seen him talk to Talos, and we've seen him talk to Maria, and then we've also seen him talk to the MI6 chick, which I forget her name.
It's Olivia Colman's the actress.
That's not the same Talos from X-Men, is it?
No.
Okay.
No. Talos isn't Talos like the known Skrull?
Yeah, he's the one that we saw in Captain Marvel, and then we saw him again in No Way Home, I think. The one where Fury and Maria Hill are in it. Was that No Way Home? Far From Home.
Which I haven't seen yet. It's funny because I've seen No Way Home, but I haven't seen Far From Home.
Her character's name is Sonia Fallsworth.
Sonia, that's it. Sonia Fallsworth. And she is supposed to be a descendant of the first Union Jack, because Fallsworth was in Captain America, the First Avenger. That was the British guy in his group. So there are connections with all of this. This goes way back. I mean, this is like what they're trying to do is kind of have an invaders without having an invaders, and that's what the World War II guys were the invaders. And so Union Jack was also a bit, it was Fallsworth in his stuff. So anyway, so we see her. I love Olivia Colman. She is amazing. I think she's fantastic. She's just so excited to be part of the MCU. Whenever you hear her do interviews, she's just like, I wanted this. This is amazing. Like, she's so different than the characters she plays. The characters she plays are so like, I'm British, and then she's see her in interviews.
Very bubbly.
She is like, she's like, everything is exciting and everything's amazing, and she's just really happy to be there. I mean, all the time. So I'm glad she's in it. Excuse me. I can't wait to see what she does.
Mm-hmm.
And so we've got her. So we got the Brits involved. We got the kids in Russia, which are the Skrulls. And it's going to be a heck of a ride. This is not going to end well. We're probably not going to see the defeat of the Skrulls, and that'll set us up for Secret Wars. I'm still on that. And so that's kind of just a weird little breakdown. Tried not to spoil as much as I could. And
thank you. I appreciate it.
Not until we spoil Flash.
Right, not until we spoil Flash, because that's coming up, and I will be spoiling the heck out of that.
You and me both.
I haven't watched it yet, but it's okay. I don't care. I don't care about the spoilers for this. I'm still gonna enjoy it.
I saw it last night.
Yeah, it's really good. I've seen it twice, so definitely a good movie. Anyway, so that being said, we're gonna go to the points. All right.
Transitions.
Last week.
Right? Is that what we're doing? Or are we doing? Wait, sorry.
No, I'm gonna go through the who got points and who didn't real quick, and then I just need to do I need y'all's predictions for this week.
Okay. I don't remember who I said my prediction was going to be fine. Oh my goodness. I don't remember who I said was going to be revealed from the first.
Okay, let's see. Nope, you didn't say anything. We were going to have you do it, and then we didn't get anything from you. And that's okay.
Oh, okay.
No points.
Okay.
That just means no points. You're still at even. Some people are not at 0 right now. Some people are negative. Like James. James said President Ross was going to be the Skrull last week, and he was not. So because he wasn't even in the episode and is not the president right now, he got negative 100 points.
Jeopardy, buddy.
Yeah. Phil said Everett Ross, so I'm giving him 10,000 points because we did see Everett Ross change into a Skrull. Now we don't know. Yeah, so
winner, chicken dinner.
10,000. Shadu, who was gonna be on this week but could not make it because my power went out, and so he had to go back to his father's, and he can't have internet for that. So but he got 10,000 points because he said Everett Ross as well. I said no one. So I didn't actually say a human was going to be a Skrull. So I don't actually not.
So you and I are in the 0 points, basically.
Yeah, we're all 0. So Fours also 0 points.
Hey, at least I'm not in the negatives. I'm good.
Right. Mezzo also negative.
Well, I had said a government official, but I was also in Mexico, so I don't.
Yeah, so you're good. No points. That's fine. And Graveyard is at negative 100 because he said Dermot Mulrooney would be.
He wasn't even in the episode yet. He had a quick glimpse.
He was in, he was in it for like, we got Nick Fury.
3 seconds.
Somebody's gotta go get him. That was it. So it's like, so that was fun. So that's where it stands. So no points. Woo! We're the no points crew today.
There is no point.
There's no points.
There's no point.
Only Zool.
All right. So this week we got some predictions. I predict we may get a funeral. Who will be at that funeral? And are we going to find out any of them are Skrulls? That's my thing.
I would not. A good cliffhanger is that they're going to go to this funeral and then they're going to find out she's a Skrull or something, and then she's actually still alive. It's going to be revealed that there are Skrulls.
There you go. So my prediction is we're going to actually see that Rhodey is a Skrull this week.
Ooh, Rhodey.
Because I think he's going to be in it. He will have tracked Nick down by now, and he may show up at that funeral. So I think that's who I'm going for now.
Question. Yes. I haven't seen previews for the second episode. Is it Maria's service, or do we know?
We don't know. I just know that part of it takes place at there's some of it is going to take place at at some point Nick goes to a mausoleum, right, to get his stuff, and I think and Sonya's there with him. So I'm assuming there's some way somehow they both are at someplace. So if Maria's having a funeral, that's a logical thing for them to be there. And I have a feeling Nick isn't like the old cranky pants that he usually, he's in it, and I am not in the thing. Oh my gosh. Okay. So he's playing them just as much as they think they're playing him. Like Sonya thinks he's this downtrodden person, and I do think he has a lack of faith right now. But I really honestly believe he wanted to get caught. He's walking around. A
lack of faith doesn't mean he's not sharp,
right? Mm-hmm. And I think he's still sharp. So I think he's doing that whole I'm this crazy person now, and you don't have to worry about me as much. And then he's just gonna.
No. I'm ready for Samuel Jackson to be like that. Oh, but I'm not this crazy person.
I'm this crazy person. Yeah. Oh, he would do it. I've seen it.
I don't know why. All I'm seeing is Saturday Night Fever now with the Skrulls.
John Travolta's a Skrull.
Yeah, we already do that though.
Him and Cher both.
It's actually he's not a Skrull. He's a
Cher is Kree. Thank you very much.
He's from Battlefield Earth. I'm trying to remember what those guys are called.
I have no idea. I don't even think I saw that movie.
Turk from I'm trying to remember what his name, or Churl. I can't remember what their names are. Anyways, I don't know. That book is terrible anyways. And so is the movie. The movie is freaking awful.
Flash?
Yeah, let's go.
Wait a minute.
Speaking of what?
Predictions. Fours. Oh. And Captain Lady Moon. I was letting her predict. Wow, where are you? There you are. Oh.
Prediction. So my prediction. I haven't seen the first episode. I need to watch it somehow, some way. I just don't have that yet. Maybe we could do a watch, so we need to. I am going to. I'll go with the safe option. I'm going to go with Bray. I'm gonna go with Rhodey.
Yes, I'm a Skrull. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, Rhodey.
Yeah, Frey's a Skrull. Just saying. But we already knew that.
Skrull. I'm a Skrull, bitches. Okay.
Matt, you're just gonna have to do so much bleeping. Sorry. I'm sorry. Oh, she's blinking at me. Oh no.
All right, Force. Let's do this.
Yeah. Put me down for Rhodey as well.
Rhodey? Okay. It's hard because it's like we don't really know like who's gonna be and like cast, like, you know, if you go to like a cast list for each episode, it's not necessarily right, you know, so it's like what's going on.
Well, yeah, because you have to have your shockers, you know. It's like, oh, I didn't see him in the cast list. Well, of course, because, you know, spoiler free.
Right?
Mezzo,
idiots.
Who do you think? You're the last one. We'll get Phil and James and all.
Can it be one that's not a specific person, but like a group of people?
Interesting. I'm intrigued.
Like I said, no one. On the
so like an idea I have is if it's Maria's service and he's there and finds out she was a Skrull, that people at the service will reveal themselves as Skrulls, the good guy Skrulls. A lot of them will reveal themselves as Skrulls. And
so are you talking like funeral goers?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you can do funeral.
Because even good Skrulls will mourn the bad ones. I feel.
Well, I mean, we saw good Skrulls too, like in WandaVision. There was the one that was like, hey, you know, and then Talos and Soren and Gaia, they were all in Captain Marvel with a whole bunch of other Skrulls. I mean, so there are good Skrulls out there. So yeah, we could see those. So yeah, that's a perfectly good prediction. So right. Okay. All right. And then that's us. Okay.
All right.
Now we can go to the Flash.
All right. Now, speaking of which, now we got the Flash.
We've done our paperwork.
Spoilers.
Now we can go.
It's up.
I love Phil has put his in. Rhodey's for sure is a Skrull.
Okay.
So
say Rhodes. All right. He did say that before too.
Now to the Flash. Not a Flashpoint.
All right. So the Flash. I'm gonna talk about it real quick and then we'll say some stuff and move on. Of the Snyderverse, this is my favorite. Besides Wonder Woman. But I don't consider Wonder Woman Snyderverse, but that's a whole nother thing. Anyway.
It's not, but okay. Yeah.
So for the Snyderverse, like where these are the, you know, the actors and the, you know, the ones that are in this universe, Flash is my favorite. I think it is the most comic book accurate, even though it's not as comic book. It's the most comic book accurate of the character they've gone. Like Flash is, Barry Allen is very much like he is in the comic as far as his motivations for wanting his mom back and wanting to fix everything. That's a common Barry saying, I guess you could say. He wants to fix everything.
Better. I'm sorry. Anyways, keep going, please. Just keep going. Don't mind me here.
And
keep going.
The way that they have Barry, he's at the crime lab and how he's always late for everything. That's great. That's exactly, how I'm like, oh, this is it. Barry's always late. The way that they did the CGI in the Chrono Bowl, which again, Chrono Bowl, not a big fan. I'm not a big fan of the name of the Chrono Bowl. I'm used to Cosmic Treadmill. I'm used to Chronospheres. I'm used to all this other stuff. And yes, the last one was amazing. So that stuff to me was a little weird, and that was very uncanny valley for me. So that kind of took me out of it. Mm-hmm. But you see the big four. You see Aquaman in this, and the Aquaman, like, it's a post-credit scene. It's hilarious. And so Momoa, like if Momoa and Ezra had just gone out and they went, oh yeah, we're just gonna film you guys doing this. It really looks like that.
That's funny.
And Wonder Woman is in it. She actually saves Batman and a criminal. which is really funny.
That's
That
funny and
scene is
awesome.
really funny because you see Ben Affleck's Batman, and you know how he's got a crush on Wonder Woman, and you see him get all like, "Oh, hi, how are you? Oh my God, hi," you know, kind of
I
thing.
mean, that's
Yeah,
really
Ben
interesting.
Affleck
They
could
really
scroll his
played.
pigtails, he would.
yeah.
They've really been playing up this almost romance between Diana and Bruce. It's really interesting. I do
Yeah,
like it though. I'm not against it. I like
yeah.
it, and they've. It's not nothing new. We've seen
It was in the comics.
that.
Yeah, oh,
Yeah, we've seen
they've
a
had it.
lot of that in the comics.
It was in the comics. It was in
Justice
League. Yeah, I mean they've flirted with it for a while. So yeah, and I think that was fun. The reactions, seeing older. Oh yeah, the Nick Cage scene was really awesome, and they did film it.
Okay,
But
don't say anymore. I think I've heard enough now to know that I do need to. I'm gonna have to see this
yeah,
movie.
you are gonna have to see it. I do want to say,
Kate said it wasn't.
lies,
Yeah.
freaking lies.
Well,
Oh my God.
the thing he was fighting, the what is it, Thanagarian hose beast that he was fighting, that was probably CGI.
Of course.
God. So anyway,
Nick Cage
so
is
it
just
was
that guy.
really good. The first scene with the babies and the therapy dog, that's really what got. I actually forgot that it was Ezra Miller for a while, guys. Like, it's after that scene, I really forgot. I was just in it, and it was
right.
Barry, and it was his thing. The stuff with his mom was so emotional. The stuff with his dad was great. I think when they changed his dad, so it's Ron Livingston now, and it was what's his name? I can't remember. Dr. Manhattan, whoever played Billy Crudup, that's who it is. I really think Ron Livingston did such a good job in it. Like, he had that emotion, and you could tell that he wanted his son to do well and to forget him and just move on with his life. And Barry going back in time, and the resolution of who Dark Flash is, I thought that was really interesting. Supergirl knocked it out of the park. Like, you could tell.
That's what I've heard. Everyone said that her performance was amazing.
And her legs are like 500 miles long. I mean, in that outfit,
yeah,
it's like she got legs for days, people. And Michael Keaton in that. I think Michael Keaton's Batman in that film was better than either of his performances.
What?
Yeah, it's.
Oh man, I'm gonna.
Really
yeah,
good.
I will have to watch it just for that.
It's real. It's not over the top. It's over the top when it needs to be, but it is a lot more subtle than the others. And
I didn't feel like he was really that over the top in 1989 or in Batman Returns. Really, I think he actually played a very straight man, subtle performance to me.
So for it to be better, like, there were over the top moments, but those were nostalgia moments, I felt. So, but yeah, I would say that this movie, I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5. I'd give it a 4 out of 5. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Mr. Forrest, what is yours? I know you've got thoughts.
So from me, it's a 6.8 out of 10. Phil will like this one. So much like Zelda, I'm gonna have to eat a little bit of crow on this one.
Okay.
Because while everybody, including myself, wanted Grant Gustin, this was not a story for Grant Gustin. Grant Gustin's in his 30s now, and this is not a 30s some odd year old Flash, not to mention the fact that he has to go and deal with a younger Flash. And Grant is just not in the position to play that young, not uneducated, but young, naive.
Barry anymore.
He can't be season 1 Barry anymore.
Yeah.
He can't. Right. He can't. As a matter of
fact,
he was
never frat boy Barry.
He just can't be season 1 Barry anymore. Yeah. And I don't care what kind of CG work you do to him. You can't take Grant Gustin back to high school. So I'm not saying that, I'm eating crow because, oh, well, he just would have been a better, role for him. No, this would not have been a good movie for him. It just wouldn't. He honestly had no place in it, which I actually waited for the post scene to see if they were going to just swap the actors out and say, hey, this is your Flash from now on. I actually wanted that. And I didn't get that. So that sucked. But anyway, no. To me, the movie really didn't get good till we got to Keaton. Young Barry got on my nerves a lot. I don't like Ezra's acting with young Barry. I don't like how he was portrayed. I didn't like that stupid laugh that he kept doing. That was really annoying. I loved his mom. Like, you just got the feels for like this poor lady. Like, oh my God. And the grocery store, that hurt on a different level.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
There were a couple of grocery store scenes. Then they brought the emotion.
I have to remove. I don't want to, but I have to. I have to remove Ezra as a person from the film. And by removing Ezra as a person from the film, I will still say I wasn't particularly pleased with how he portrayed the character. I still think he makes a better Wally West. Just with how immature he can be. He reminds me very much of Wally West in the Justice League cartoons. Very much.
Yeah, he does. I agree.
I can see that.
I honestly thought the big bad was Zoom. Not Zoom. Freaking season 3 Flash where
Reverse Flash?
No. It turns out it was Barry all along.
Oh, you're talking about, I know, Dark Flash.
Yeah, it's Dark Flash. Yeah, it's basically Dark Flash.
But what did they call him in season 3?
I can't remember. It's been such a long time.
I'm gonna have to go back and watch it because I know who you're talking about.
Yeah,
it's Dark
because
Barry Allen.
James. Who did they call him?
Because season
Flash. No.
Season 1 was Thawne. Season 2 was Zoom. Season 3 was, it turned out to be Barry all along, but he was older because Iris died.
Yeah, that was his moment.
That's
Dark Flash. Yeah,
that's who I thought that was, and I'm like, oh, look at that. So, but it wasn't. They didn't make that out. I mean, I'm glad Michael Keaton was there, and I'm glad he played Bruce. But for those
Savitar.
I thought it was Savitar. Oh,
Savitar. That's what it was. Savitar. Okay, yes.
So I thought it was him, but it wasn't. And honestly, I was surprised we didn't get Thomas Wayne instead of Bruce.
That would be
I honestly thought Michael Keaton would play Thomas Wayne, which would have been kind of neat, but it wasn't Thomas Wayne. Plus, we didn't have the whole war with the Atlanteans versus the Amazons, which was supposed to be happening at the exact same time.
Yeah, I think they swapped that out for Zod.
Or Martha Wayne. Did they? No, they don't have Martha Wayne as Joker, obviously, because
no.
That's sad.
No, so that's a thing.
We don't really see any Batman villains in the movie. Like,
no,
we see that Falcone's kid, but that's like not even. That's like
neither here nor there.
That's not even like a thing.
So yeah, I mean, my overall thoughts. I mean, yes, I will spend the money and buy it on Blu-ray, and I'll own it, and I'll watch it again. I will watch it again because it's a fun summer flick.
It is.
I wish changes could have been made, but again,
movies
and TV shows are never 100% comic accurate.
Yeah, and this one, on the reason that they didn't do Thomas Wayne, I think it's because they didn't have a frame of reference for it, and they thought it would just be better to just, here, we're putting you in a different universe, and this is what's going on. And
it would have been too much Batman.
Yeah, I get it.
I want a Batman movie. I just want a Michael Keaton Batman movie. I would love to see that.
I'm really hoping they do a Batman Beyond and he plays older Batman.
That's what a lot of people want.
I want that so much. I want to just say though that I like these. It's like that Barry's now one of my people. What do you mean by that, Phil? Please elaborate.
What he means is that Barry and his family are of Latino descent.
Yeah,
that's what he means.
And okay, that's cool.
Yeah, but it was awesome. It was still Flashpoint. The movie was still Flashpoint.
They did take some aspects.
Yeah, I mean, I have to imagine that that's what it
was. And when he came back, stuff was still changed.
Yeah. Like I thought that was hilarious because
the crowd in the theater literally cringed. They were like, "Oh, really?" Like
they're like, "No, that's when you go. So much fun. Damn it, Barry."
Yeah. Yeah.
Barry, why do you have to do this?
Yeah, Barry.
I can't wait to watch it. I'm maybe I might go later today and take myself out to the movies, but and go and watch it.
I might take the boy later. So, but yeah, I mean, I'll watch it again.
I went and saw Pikachu Detective like that, and it was so much fun.
I love Detective Pikachu. So cute.
It's funny. It was funny.
But I have a couple. Thank you. Yeah, Forrest told us.
Yeah.
Half Latino now. So I have to say, I had a few thoughts, and of course this has to do with the casting, and of course I'm going to compare it to CW. I know we hate comparisons, but I have to compare it to The Flash on CW. I love the castings. I had the dad as the casting because he was actually the original Flash. Thought that was perfect casting. I know that they probably couldn't do that now for the movie. I get it.
I will tell you, the guy, there is someone from the CW in that CW show in the movie.
Whoever it was, I missed it.
So in the black and white sphere, when they show the Flash in that's Teddy Sears. He's the one that plays.
Oh, that's so sad. They really shouldn't do that. They should not scrape.
I didn't even see it.
Yeah, he's
the Flash.
In it. Yeah.
Was he like war gear?
He had
the helmet.
The helmet. He had the
Who
the
did?
hat
Wait,
on,
I'm
like
so confused.
The old Jay Garrick.
Oh,
remember he played Jay Garrick.
I just didn't recognize the actor.
Yeah,
and he plays his dad. Him.
Yeah. It's weird because he's in black and white, and it's like what's around him and stuff. There's a lot going on around him for you to really focus in on him. But yeah, and the second time I saw it more. So just like if you are going to go see it a second time, kind of focus on that and see if you can tell it's him. But it is him. It actually says it in the credits.
Wait, it's the original actor that played
Teddy Sears played Eobard Crane.
Thawne.
Thawne,
yeah, okay.
In the CW series.
Okay.
And they brought him back to play Jay Garrick in a couple of episodes.
I'll be right back.
In Flash, in the CW Flash, and he's in one of the, you'll understand, but he's in the black and white sphere. You'll see it in the movie and you'll understand what I'm saying, but I'm not going to say anything else.
Okay, sorry, I thought Phil's comments totally derailed me. About Superman, them planning. The plan was to do Batman Beyond, but because the movie isn't doing well, they're scrapping it. I don't understand why. Just because people don't like Snyderverse, I don't know why they can't do a Batman Beyond, because Batman, the based on 1989's Batman specifically, that's not part of the Spider-Verse, part of the Snyderverse.
Yeah.
This should not be a marker for, that means people won't want to watch Batman Beyond. Yes, we do. If you are watching executives, yes, we do. We want that. We do want that. We very much. Gen Y will eat that shit up. Just please.
And they just may be scrapping it, the version that they were going to do after this one.
Yeah.
And they may reimagine it. Because I doubt, like James Gunn, if he wants to do something, he'll figure out a way to do it.
Yeah. And I think Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, but Gunn didn't want to tease possibility that Snyderverse was going to continue. We don't have to have the continuation of Snyderverse.
Yeah.
I don't care. W is going to do Batman Beyond if Flash did well, and it's not doing well. Well, part of that is, unfortunately, you guys dug yourself into a hole by casting a shit person who is basically a pedophile to be, sorry, spoilers, to be your main titular character. I don't care how good his acting is. You do have to separate yourself from the actor, but you still went with him even though all of this crap was going on. You can't expect your movie to do well. Just saying. Sorry, I'm done. I'm off my soapbox now. Sorry.
They're also non-binary, so it's they.
Sorry, I said shit person.
I know. I'm just saying. We've been kind of going they, him throughout the whole thing. I just wanted to say an over they're non-binary. Nobody. I'm not. Don't at me. I'm just like making sure.
I'm non-binary. I don't give a shit.
All right.
You call me whatever you want. I don't give a crap.
Well, I call you lovely. That's what I call you.
There you go.
Mess
I'm like, I don't care. I'll answer to anything. I mean, actually, I'm technically more just gender fluid, but we're not going into that. I don't care. It's a I don't care. Anyways, technically, you can't state. Allegedly, you can't state that online. Who? What? What? Can't state what online?
Allegedly that they're a pedophile. I watch a lot of true crime.
I'm sorry.
Husby.
Allegedly for entertainment.
Allegedly.
Please don't come at us. We don't got money to sue. We are nobody.
Somebody a pedophile online without putting the entire channel in an actionable state. You can't just say shit.
He's.
Oh my god.
Sorry, allegedly, even though there's actual evidence out there. Sorry, allegedly.
Yeah.
You're right.
Allegedly
I can't say that online.
That's what we're saying.
Allegedly.
He's allegedly a pedophile. Or they are. Nancy,
they are.
Let's move on.
Yeah, let's go. Let's move on to the next thing. Next thing, guys. Let's talk about my better movie, Across the Spider-Universe.
So I'm going to give a spoiler-free review to all of you, so we can actually remove the spoilers banner.
Yay!
So Spider-Man Across the Universe, and I've written it because I don't like to blather on, because I will. Spider-Man Across the Universe is a fun and entertaining movie with lots of fun and amazing hidden and not so hidden details. As shown in the trailer, we see Gwen Stacy finds Miles again. How does this happen exactly? And he's also being chased by dozens of different Spider-Man characters. Why are the good guys chasing a good guy? Find out when you see this epic and amazing storytelling adventure. The animation is amazing, and hats off to the VFX artists, who we know they work incredibly hard, harder than we could ever imagine. And then the world built in the series is interesting and thought-provoking. I enjoyed every minute of it and wouldn't hesitate a second watch. There are many references to other Spider-Man characters that have appeared in the comics. Yes, if you are not a comic reader or are unaware, there are different types of Spider-Man characters in multiverse. Hello. I really enjoyed this movie. This is a personal thing. This is more than just the movie itself. But I really enjoyed this movie. And with so many important bits in the story that are not in the trailer, it made me enjoy those moments so much more. Sometimes you see a trailer and it's like you saw the movie.
Yeah.
This is not like that. And as a personal note, I don't tend to dive too much into theories because I like to be surprised as the writers intend. Mm-hmm. And just to add this other note, the reason I don't theorize, I guess you could say, anymore, is because when my husband and I used to watch shows and I would guess what would happen next and it would happen, it wasn't that surprise feeling that I knew the writers intended. And my husband's like, you should write for shows. You know what's going to happen. Or this is a long time ago. And I was just like, I'm just going to stop trying to think about what happened in shows as much because I want to enjoy it as the writer. Yeah, that's my non-spoiler review.
It's hard, but that's great. I want to see it. We just haven't had a chance to. We were going to, if the power had stayed out any longer, I think we were going to go see it too. Because it was
I only have one serious question about it.
Yes, go ahead, Mr. Forrest.
Is it seizure-inducing? You know what I mean.
Flashing.
Yeah, you know what I mean when I ask that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. There's lots of because it has the comic book thing of bam, this, that. Like when action sequences, when you're looking at it on a comic book, obviously that's not going to feel that way because you're looking at it in pictures. But when it's flashing at you in a movie, it is very in that feeling.
It's because the end of the first one was like almost more that I could visually take in that movie theater. Like I had to literally turn away for a second. I'm like, whoa, my eyes need a break before something happens. Wait a minute, who's
nothing?
Okay,
You're already beyond it.
Okay,
I'm beyond it. I said a comment that is alleged. It's an alleged comment, and
oh, okay.
And
PM
so
me
he
with
said,
PM me with it.
Allegedly, and
so we had to go. Allegedly, don't come for us. This is just an allegedly thing. Even though there's evidence for, but there's allegedly thing.
Allegedly, I'm a Skrull.
I mean, I'm not a Skrull, but I don't know if I'm human. Maybe I'm Loki.
I know she's
anyway.
Not. There you go. So anyway, okay.
Well,
moving on.
So there are a little bit of like if you go to the theater, there are some super flashy, seizure-inducing moments, kind of like the end of the first one. Then,
yeah.
I would say yes. Which this is totally off the cuff, but by the way, thank you, Lixian, who's the editor of Markiplier, who warns people before flashing happens in the game. And gives people a cue for what Mark says to know when it's safe to open your eyes.
Wow.
Yeah, I really appreciate that from Lixian. Thank you.
That's okay, Phil. You're working.
It's okay, Phil. We love you.
We appreciate you.
If anyone who is here who hasn't gone to anyone here who hasn't gone to see Distant Nerding, that's on the YouTube channels, who is our sister channel, who many of these people, including myself, sometimes.
It's okay. I'm filling in for him. I'm Phil from Wish. So we're all
shut up. But quiet. I mean, not shut up, but quiet now. Anyways, yeah, we appreciate Distant Nerding. They're amazing. Go check them out. Yeah, exactly. Go to this.
Next.
Join the Discord. Do all the things. Subscribe, like, and do that for us too, because we're here for you. Anyways, so yeah, so since Frey, Norfors, and I have seen it though, I love your spoiler-free review there. You did a lot of work on it.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
It was great.
I did this morning.
It was comprehensive and funny.
Yeah, so speaking of which, we have gotten some announcements of future things, speaking of future things and, spoiler-free things. We have some announcements on Star Wars. What are your thoughts?
Outlaws. I'm going to play. I think I'm going to play this. This seems like a game I would want to play.
Is this a sequel to... Now, this is a sequel game to Survivor? Or,
are you talking about Fallen Order?
Fallen Order, yeah.
Survivor is the sequel to Fallen Order.
Okay. Good job. I just said it without even thinking about it. Okay. Yeah.
But Outlaws is that one where it's more like non-Jedi. So it's kind of like, has like that Andor-y type feel where it's just like bounty hunter. You got bounty hunters and like, I think the main character is a scoundrel. And like, there's going to be like a whole crew of people. So it looks really neat. What we saw, the cinematics that we saw. And I haven't seen any gameplay. So what do you think, Forrest? I'm sure you've seen all the stuff.
Nope. I am burned out on Star Wars, and I'm kind of on a Star Wars hiatus at the moment.
Yeah, we watched it on the build. We watched it on the build on Thursday. And cool. The cinematics, and it was really good. Yeah. So yeah.
Well, I'm gonna have to. I don't have any thoughts on it. I've been kind of absent from the Star Wars universe at the moment. I will say that I know I'm like now I'm putting a plug in for Survivor, but Survivor looks really good.
Yeah.
So I don't know how everything's gonna go with that. That's pretty much it. That's all I've got. I have to go look more into it. I thought this was gonna be honestly, I thought it was gonna be the announcement that they casted a non-binary person to play for the next Star Wars films.
In the Acolyte, they have a non-binary there, and I guess Andor was the first Star Wars that had like a same-sex couple, And yeah, so they're really going for it. Diversity now.
Yeah, which is pretty cool. Anyways, we're gonna move on. We're just gonna go into this. So we got the Boogeyman.
Hey, don't we have a clip?
Yep, we've got a clip.
We do. Metz, do you want to pull that one up?
Sure, here we go. Enjoy this clip from Graveyard.
Hey there, cavers, relics, and splunkers. Graveyard here. Sorry I can't be here in person on this Saturday morning nerd out. I got family obligations to take care of, but I want to do a spoiler-filled review of The Boogeyman, which is based off of a short story from The Night Shift by Stephen King. Now, my co-host and I from the podcast did go see this a couple days ago. It was a little late because of planning. But here's my quick and spoiler-filled review, so please put spoilers below as I'm playing this. So anyone who doesn't know the story, it's a short 12-page short story by Stephen King. It's about a guy who goes to talk to his therapist, who he thinks he's killed his 3 kids. He kind of goes on into a story about it. And he's saying that it was the Boogeyman, that he didn't believe him, that there was claws and Boogeyman coming from the closet. And he feels responsible. He goes, I'm not Catholic, so I can't go see a priest. I didn't commit any crime, so I can't go see a lawyer, so he wants to talk to his therapist. Now, this movie you could arguably call a backdoor sequel to the original story, because the character Lester Billings does exist in the movie, played by, I don't remember his name off the top of my head, but Polka Dot Man from The Suicide Squad, and he was also in the Ant-Man movies, the first 2 at least. He plays Lester Billings, who is this character in the short story. Now, on top of that, he kind of introduces the Boogeyman to his therapist's story, and to his children. He kills himself inside the house, which then brings the Boogeyman into it. So the movie kind of expands onto it with the therapist being the doctor in the book that he goes to see, and how it starts haunting his household and his children, who are afraid of the dark and everything that goes with it. This is a PG-13 horror movie, so there are a couple deaths, but most of them are graphically not very violent. They are seen kind of off camera and very briefly. If you like PG-13 horror movies, if you like jump scares, this movie is for you. So I would recommend it if you like Stephen King. It is a decent adaptation. Let's face it, Stephen King isn't always the best when it comes to movies that have been adapted, especially off of short stories. This is how we get 13 Children of the Corns. All that being said, gore rating, very, very low, PG-13. They do get the 1 F-bomb in there, and here's where the major spoilers happen. If you don't know the story, it's about 43 years old now. The therapist in the book is revealed to be the Boogeyman at the end, that Lester did not get away from him despite all the stuff he tried doing. This movie, true to most Stephen King adaptations, does not do the twist ending at the very end. They hint at it, but they never show through it, because they're seeing another psychiatrist or therapist by the end of it. And you think, hey, maybe the Boogeyman is still there. He's not. I personally feel that should have kept that twist in there, because that makes for a more compelling story. And I think this is where they talk about the reshoots and the scenes that were cut because of audience expectations. Yes, children do die, or 1 child does die off camera in this movie, and maybe they showed it, maybe they didn't, maybe they cut down to get the PG-13 rating. I am a downer when it comes to horror movies. I like bad endings. If you listen to the podcast, I rave on bad endings nonstop. But if you like jump scares, you like Stephen King, it's still worth a check out. Just watch it and let me know in the comments, in our Discord server, and it's live. Just let me know what you think about it, and make sure to check that out. And this has been Graveyard saying thank you, and don't be afraid of the Boogeyman, and I will see you next time. Bye.
I would just like to go on record saying I will never be as cool as him.
I know. He is so cool.
I can't say the guy's last name, but his first name's David. It's David, like, I want to say Dalmatian. It's not Dalmatian. It's like...
It's always a Dave, isn't it?
David
Dave.
Dalmatian or something like that. I follow him on Instagram. And he's a great guy. But yeah, he also played the voice of the guy in the third Ant-Man that said drink, that was the Ooze character.
Oh, he's that guy.
He's that guy in it.
He's
that guy. So, but yeah. So, yeah, I loved it. I think that's great. What a good job. And that intro and outro he did.
I mean, that was fantastic. Was that done with DaVinci Resolve? What was that done with? That's what I want to know.
He has Premiere Pro, but that ending he made years ago, he said.
That's awesome. That's so cool. I know that we had another segment to go through, but we're already running late as it is. So I'm just going to push it to next week anyways. I think Dampy will be fine with that because I'd love to have a back and forth with Dampy anyways on it.
Yeah, you want to do the horror boxing match with
they did the Smelchion
with the big one. There you go.
There you go. Yeah, so I think we'll just push that back to that the machine. That was last week's.
Yeah,
sorry. I'm like having like some. I'm trying to find the
right overlays.
The right overlay. No, that's I'm gonna push. So preview, I guess. The nerd out topic that we were gonna have today for Horror Corner / nerd out segment was gonna be Stephen King, but I kind of would like to do it with Dampy here, aka Graveyard. I call him Dampy. That's just my nickname for him. It's just an affectionate.
And if you know your Zelda, you know where it comes from.
You know your Zelda. Yeah, exactly. He is Dampy. So,
see, and like I call him Gravy. So,
yes.
That's.
And to me, he's Husbeard.
Right.
Yeah.
So
I mean, he's also the Bilbo, but yeah, we.
We lost Mezzo. I think she didn't want to listen to the Stephen King stuff.
Sorry, I'm still here, just lightheaded.
Oh, no. Oh,
yeah.
No.
So I think we should do our pluggables and sign out. I think that's a good way of doing that. I'm gonna take off. Thank you, whoever did that. I don't know who did it, but I love you. All right, let us start with the lovely Miss Frey.
Oh, okay.
Hi. Thank you, Matt.
All right. Hi, Frey Girl here, Frey. And you can catch me on Tuesdays on the download now that I have power and internet back, and on here every Saturday. And yeah, that's it. I'm on Instagram and at Gotham_Oracle, on TikTok at Gotham.Oracle, YouTube I'm Frey Girl, and Twitter I'm Frey Girl, and yeah, it's a lot of weird stuff. I'm on Twitter the most, and it's a lot of stuff. Whatever's on my mind, I'm probably gonna tweet. So just be prepared for that. And that's it. I'm also a mod on our on Distance Nerding and KCP. Mm-hmm. So definitely, if you guys out there want to talk to us at all, definitely get on our Discord, because we all if there's people in Discord, we say hi, we have conversations, we're very Discord friendly. So if you guys do have something you want to talk to us about, or a topic you want us to go over, we would love to have any of that.
Suggestions and tips.
So, yeah, absolutely.
Like our friend Chuck. Thank you, Chuck, for saving our butts.
Right, exactly.
All right, Mr. Ford. Sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Patreon. I do a little segment called Frey About Town. It's mostly me at different restaurants, it seems like. I do go other places, but I just seem to remember to do when I'm in a restaurant. But yeah, so definitely our Patreon, you can join for as little as $1 a month, and you get little wacky things from me. Mezzo does lots of stuff on there too. We have some of our older shows on there as well. And yeah, so if you guys want to check that out, $1 a month. And if you do higher amounts, you can actually be entered into any type of drawings that we do. Sometimes we do Patreon only things. So it is a good thing to check out for us. So yeah, that's Kyber Cave at Patreon. I think it's Kyber Cave Productions, Mezzo. Is that it? Mezzo.
Yes. Sorry, I forgot my mic can still be on when I'm not on screen. I was like, how do I turn myself on?
Hello? All right. Yeah. Okay. All right. And that's it. So now, please move on.
Okay. All right. We have the one and only Mr. Force.
I would like to encourage all of you, if you haven't already, to head over to kybercave.com. Pick yourself up one of these magnificent little lightsabers, and when you do, be sure to head over to saberfont.com, and you can find me, Fours FX Saber Sound Designs, and my friends, Juan Sith and Harry Solo Fonts, and you can get yourself a sound font that you can put on one of these bad boys, light it up, and enjoy it with your friends and family. On our sister channel, Distance Nerding, on Thursdays, you can catch me along with the other hosts and the main host doing the bracket and talking to guests, doing the pod decks thing. So that's always a lot of fun. And then, of course, you can find me right back here at Kyber Cave Productions Thursday nights doing Kyber Cave Gaming Thursday Night Live, where I'm joined by my better half, Mrs. Fours, the Husbeard Graveyard, sometimes the Son of Fours, and we'll just be playing whatever the heck is popular right now. Also, stay tuned on Friday nights for Kyber Cave After Dark, and rejoin us here Saturday mornings for Saturday Morning Nerd Out. May the Fours be with you always, and you can catch us right here on Kyber Cave.
Excellent, and may the Fours be with you as well. All right, and to my one and only Agent M.
Hello. I am Metzo, Premier Mommy and Director at Kyber Cave Productions.
Hi, Mommy.
You can follow me on Twitter at MetzoJD. That is where I post the most. I'm on Instagram, but I'm like, I forget. So don't go there. Just go to Twitter. If you want to, you can always email me at metzoj@gmail.com. You know how to spell Mezzo? It's over here. And then JD. But like Mezzo is what I do. I am your Premier Mommy. That's it, I guess.
Yes, she is.
All right. Yeah, you're also my partner in crime. There's a reason why I call you Agent M. She is the agent. Yeah. I need to make you your own theme song. Anyways, she forgot to mention, but we also do gaming together on Wednesdays. Either one of us will be there, or both of us will be there. It doesn't ever not happen.
So we're playing Monster Prom.
We're gonna play Monster Prom next week.
Yeah.
All right. Monster Prom. Yay. Though I was really enjoying the game we were playing, not last week because that was Ghostwire, but which I actually really enjoyed. But the one before, which I did not remember what the game was called, but it was fantastic. So anyways, I am the one and only Captain Lady Moon. I am a regular here on the Saturday Morning Nerd Out. I am all over Kyber Cave Productions. I do Hearts of Kyber as a host, as a guest host or / co-host. I don't know what it is. I am, as I said, Wednesday gaming session is also with the lovely Mets. And I am on After Dark and live gaming with the one and only Mr. Fours and Dampy, aka Graveyard. I also have I also am a musician and a composer and writer and an actor. I do all the things. I have all these hats. And you can find all of my stuff on Spotify. Please go over there, like it, comment if you want. I don't know if they have a comment section. I don't know. Please go and review it. I would love to have your thoughts on it. I also do projects with BYL, and I actually write music for this channel, as you will hear in the outro. So please come in. I also will have more music coming in too, but please.
It was the escape room that we played, by the way.
The escape room. There. Thank you.
I sit on twins.
I appreciate that. So yeah, this is Saturday Morning Nerd Out. Thank you so much for coming, everyone. You cavers, splunkers, and cave dwellers. We appreciate you. Don't forget to like and subscribe and comment down below, please. This is not us. This is just not a talking head show. We appreciate your comments, just like the people who commented today in live chat. We appreciate you so much. Thank you so much for coming, and we will see you next time. And I did this, and we need the freaking